From now on, it was just going to be my only income. I had a mortgage, I had a car payment, and I didn't have a ton saved up. So it was just the mentality, like, I have to do this or I'm going back to my 9 to 5. So I took my hustling to the next level. It's a matter of time before someone succeeds. You know, they're trying to eventually, someone's going to be successful. And more than ever, for us, we have to show value. We have to show them why, you know, we have to show the clients why we're worth it, why we're worth the commission, you know. And it's a personal touch. It's showing them that you're the expert, the market expert. It's just showing value more than ever.
Masters, this episode is brought to you by Vulcan 7. Check them out at vulcan7.com/path to mastery for a special opportunity for my listeners. Guys, listen, we have an awesome episode today. You ever have someone on the show, or maybe you haven't had someone on the show if you don't have a show, but you ever have a conversation with somebody that you're just like, wow, man, this guy is just a really good dude, you know? And that's what I feel about this guy. His name's Kamil, and he's one of the agents in our office, and just a solid dude. And you know what? I mean, the guy actually closed 99 transactions. Yeah, that's 99 by himself with no admin, no team members, no nothing. And he shares with us kind of that whole experience of his trajectory of going from having a corporate job and closing 30 units on the side to closing 50 units and then to, I believe, 60, and then eventually, you know, 99 and giving up the job. And now he's at a place where, you know, he can't do any more, right? I mean, it's painful for me just thinking about closing 99 units with no support. I mean, but, you know, now he's in a place where the only way to close more now is just stay up all night or something, right? So he's in that place mentally where he's going to start building his team. He's going to hire leverage. He's going to hire an assistant. He's talking about buyer agents and showing agents, all that great stuff. So this is an awesome episode for you if you're in that place, regardless of how many units. I mean, I closed 40 units before I decided I was going to build a team. You know, I did 42 units myself. So wherever you are, it's irrelevant. This is a great interview on what it takes to start building a team and what you should be thinking about, and the systems, the tools, the training, the process, the mindset. And one of the things he said that really stuck out to me was a bold law, and it's what you focus on expands. So anyway, it's a fun interview. I had fun. I'm sure you'll tell. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And before we get you into the show, a couple opportunities. One, David's free book. Listen, you go to Audible, get yourself a copy of just about any audiobook. Right now, I just got done listening to Relentless by Tim Grover. Wow, what a book that was. Just go to davidsfreebook.com. If you don't already have an Audible account, you can get yourself a free copy. You get to download it, keep it, whatever you want to do. If you want to continue with Audible, then you continue. If you don't want to continue, then you stop the membership and you get your book for free. They never charge you. Legitimately free, okay? Also, again, Vulcan 7 is our new sponsor. Super excited for Vulcan 7. Guys, check them out. They've got a great opportunity for our listeners. You get to try out their whole suite for 2 weeks for $49. Again, similar to David's free book. You know, download the system, try it out. You don't like it, you stop, and you still have the information from the last 2 weeks, right? So anyway, what do you got to lose? Not much. And finally, if you do me a huge favor, this really, really helps. I'm looking this year to build my YouTube presence as well as my social media on Facebook business page. So if you could please go to facebook.com/path to mastery. It would help me a ton. And I want to get you right into the episode now. So enjoy. Hey Masters, welcome to another episode of Path to Mastery. And I am here today with Kamil Andrukiewicz. I hope I said your last name right.
Yes, correct. How are you, dude?
I'm doing well, my friend. How about yourself today?
I am good.
By the way, how about those Patriots? Are you a Pats fan?
Yeah, I mean, I follow, football as much as I can, but yeah, definitely. It was a great day for us.
Yes, sir. Tom Brady is the man. Him and Belichick. And it's funny that you said you follow football when you can, and I know why, because you are a madman when it comes to selling real estate. Last year, you closed, 99 units total, so you just fell short of 100. You did about 16 million in volume. You've been in the business since 2010, and you're a one-man show.
Yeah, it's just me, and I've been only at it 3 years full time. Previously it was always part time.
Good for you, my friend. And like I said, you have a really good business going. And I think the thing that really stuck out to me was the fact that you're still kind of doing it yourself. You don't have an admin yet. Do you have other agents on you? Hopefully you don't have a buyer's agent, right?
No, I don't have anyone. It's been me since day one. And as of right now, it's still me. Hopefully it might change this year. I might be looking for some leverage. But yeah, it's a one-man show, as you said.
So your first hire obviously is going to be an executive assistant.
Yes. I'm working on that right now, sending out the KPAs, and I'm just kind of sorting through those.
I love to hear that, because you know what happens, my friend, is, and I went through this years ago, is if you don't hire, let's say you go and hire buyer's agents first and you don't have an executive assistant, then you end up becoming the assistant for those buyer's agents. And that makes things even worse.
No, I know. And, at the same time, I want to show value to my buyer's agents. When they come to me, and I interview them, I'm going to show them, hey, listen, this is the leverage that I can offer you, a full-time assistant. So it can help the both of us concentrate on lead generation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So 3 years full-time, you're hitting 16 million, just missed that 100 mark. I'm sure you'll nail that next year.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your business. How'd you get started in real estate?
I started in 2010. It was always with the intention of this being a part-time gig. I always thought, all right, I'll sell a couple houses, maybe, earn some extra funds for a vacation or maybe buy a jet ski or something like that. I never thought this would be a full-time career for me. So my intention from the beginning was to keep this as a part-time gig. But as things went on, business started booming. I started enjoying what I'm doing. So, I put my passion into this. And as that bold law says, what you focus on expands, and it's exactly what happened to me. I focused on the business, and it grew tremendously, and to the point where, I might be looking for help now.
Might be looking for help? Tell us more about that.
It's been difficult because I always say, I could probably do 200 on my own. I could probably do 300, you know what I mean? If I time block correctly, because there's still some times where I sit down and I don't concentrate 100%, you know what I mean? I can be doing paperwork at that time. So there's always that drunk monkey, as we say, that is kind of battling, hey, maybe you could still do this on your own. Maybe you could do another year,
Yeah.
That's what I'm battling with. But I want some time back, even with my wife, just to do things, just to be able to go out on vacation and not, drag your laptop, your cell phone, and be on the phone every 5 minutes.
And I think that's the thing right there, right? I think you just said it. You probably could do another 200 transactions, but what are you giving up in order to do those transactions, right?
Exactly.
And you can't buy that back. You can't get that time back,
Right. As they say, it's priceless, So, yeah, maybe I could do double, maybe 50 more units on my own, but at what sacrifice, at what cost?
Exactly. I want to get back into this conversation as well. Go back to 3 years ago. How much volume were you doing before you did the full-time transition?
So 2016, I had an insurance gig, a corporate gig, a very, very great company here in Connecticut. And I figured I would stay there, but I was doing about 4 million, around 30 transactions. And then I just finally said, you know what, that's it. I'm going to give it a go and pursue real estate full time. And it was the best decision of my life. And honestly, I wish I could have done it sooner.
But how did you know it was the right time to do that?
I was losing clients. I was sacrificing certain clients because I couldn't go out, for example, show a property to a nurse who was working a second shift and she needed to see a home during the day at 12 o'clock, but I was at work. Throughout the month, I've gotten more and more. These were a police officer that was working a second shift. And I just said, I'm losing all these clients. And I definitely like doing real estate a lot better than sitting at a cubicle from 9 to 5. So I said, I have to pick right now because I'm either going to focus on this or focus on that. I could no longer manage doing 50-50 splits because I was losing business.
So you've got a good career in real estate. You're in corporate. You're probably getting a nice salary. You got some other bennies going on, right? How do you make that jump? Like, what does that look like mentally?
It's just basically you hustle more. You know what I mean? It's from now on, it was just going to be my only income. I had a mortgage, I had a car payment, and I didn't have a ton saved up. So it was just the mentality, like I have to do this or I'm going back to my 9 to 5. So I took my hustling to the next level.
So, you just jumped into it and you said, that's it, I'm just going to go all in. So where did you start? Obviously you were doing 30 transactions. How do you get from 30 to 99 transactions? Like, where did you start?
Oh, well,
And you didn't just go from 30 to 99. You went from 30 to what, 50, 60?
Yeah, I think 50. And then 2018, I jumped to 99 units almost. So But it was just a lot of work, a lot of hustling, a lot of networking with people, telling everybody that I'm doing real estate. I did increase my marketing as well. And I also concentrated on a certain market, on a certain town here in Connecticut. I wanted to kind of concentrate on that town. So I promoted myself all over town, whether it was at the diner or it was at a local church or wherever. So that's, what got me to 99 units.
So you promoted yourself, through advertising, or was it just kind of going in and talking to people?
All of that word of mouth, we're talking to business owners, talking to attorneys in town. Everywhere I went, I just dropped off my card and I said, hey, if you ever have any real estate needs, please contact me. I'm in town here. I'm a local guy. I know the market. I know the town. And then I did some billboard advertisements, some local newspapers here and there. So I kind of put my eggs not in one basket, but all over. I diversified my marketing and referrals and all that.
I love that, man. And I know you well, obviously. Well, we've known each other for about a year now, and you're a hard worker. You have a great reputation. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about you as a realtor. So let's talk about where we are right now. You're just short of 100. You said you might be able to squeeze out another 50 or so, but then you'd probably have to remove sleep or what would you remove to find those additional transactions?
Yeah, as bad as it sounds, I probably have to get divorced, honestly. Because it's just, that's what it takes. I'm working 7 days a week now, and it's just tough because your phone rings off the hook all the time, and it's not timed from 9 to 5. People call you at 7 p.m., people call you at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It just gets to that point where, I just need to shut my phone off at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, get a full-time assistant, and just leverage myself a little better. That doesn't mean I'm going to slow down. That's hopefully going to give me more opportunity for growth. Hopefully after this hire, I'll get a buyer's agent and just grow a team from there.
That's ultimately the goal, right? What happens, Kamil, is we typically hit a ceiling of, I can only do so much myself. But like you said, obviously you don't want to get a divorce and you're joking, but right. At some point it does affect not just our health, but it can affect our marriage. It can affect a lot of things, right?
Certainly. For every aspect of life. We in this business as real estate agents, we sacrifice a ton. We sacrifice friends, want to get together, whether sometimes it's family events, we sacrifice a lot. And that's what I think people don't understand. A lot of people look at real estate agents and all they see is, you just collect the commission, But in reality, we really, really sacrifice a lot to put our customer first, to put our clients first, and to make sure that we get to the closing table.
Yeah, I agree. I think you do that, and a lot of the good agents do that. And then I think there's a lot of other people that maybe not so much, right? But we're not having that conversation today. So where are you right now in the process? You're interviewing right now for an assistant?
I am, yep. I'm currently interviewing for an assistant. I've narrowed it down to, I think, 2, and I think I'm going to probably make a decision within the next couple days.
Good for you.
And bring someone on board because we are approaching the spring season. We are approaching a busy market. So I am going to need that help. I'm going to need that help as soon as possible. So, we need to get this person familiarized with our systems, with everything we do, and train them as best as I could.
Well, I'm glad you said that. And honestly, I'm glad to hear this because I didn't realize you were that close. So going backwards a little bit, why did it take you? I get the first year, but why did it take you another 2 years before you even hired any leverage? I
think just because I always thought, I could do it on my own. And I was doing it on my own without a problem until I just started seeing how it's affecting my personal life, that I am just really kind of a 7-day-a-week kind of guy. And I just need some time off. I just need some leverage. Also fear, fear took me 2 years to overcome because now I have someone's livelihood in my hands. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to have to hustle harder. Now I'm going to have to lead gen more. And now I'm going to have to concentrate because when I was on my own, I could afford to take a few days off and slack a little bit. Now I have someone that, if they have a family, they have kids, they have to put food on their table. So now I have to make sure that I'm working a lot harder and smarter. You
said fear. So what do you mean? Tell us about fear.
Fear in just general, in that I'm not going to do well. I'm not going to have enough sales to pay this person, or I'm not going to be a good boss. Just a couple of things, So it took me a while to understand that I got to get over this. If I'm not going to try it, I'm never going to move forward. I'm going to hit that ceiling, and I'm just going to do the same numbers year and year after, So it just finally pulled the trigger, and I said, I have to do this year.
Good for you, man. Well, it's common, my friend. I tell you, most agents I talk to don't get to that type of number by themselves. But, we all hit a point of wherever it is for that individual person. It could be one agent that their roof is 50 transactions. You know, they're working 7 days a week, 10 hours a day at 50. It doesn't really make a difference what the number is. It makes a difference when we hit our threshold of, okay, my life's friggin' a disaster now, and I need to make some changes.
Right. Of course, there's that side too, but also, you know, how I treat and value my clients. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I'm able to service them 100%, to give them exactly what a real estate agent should give them, the guidance, the advice and everything. And sometimes when you have like 20 pending deals and you're still doing the paperwork side of it, it's hard to concentrate. You know, you start missing a few things here and there. Maybe you didn't see that mortgage contingency date. So that's also something that, you know, I'm looking forward to getting help with.
Yeah. And I know you're like super detail oriented, right?
I mean, yeah. Right, exactly. You know.
So, yeah, and I get it. You know, I was in the same exact place, so I get exactly what you're talking about. Jumping forward now, we're here. You made this decision. You made the commitment. You're about to make a hire. What's next? You mentioned training. Do you have a process for training them, or what does that look like? And what are they going to be doing for starters?
That's what we kind of are going over now. We're going over what I'm expecting, what this admin's expecting from me. And ultimately, I told them that it's a team. It's a team. We're working as a team. It's not about me. It's not about, you know, that I succeed. I want them to succeed. I want them to feel secure, and I want them to grow. You know, maybe that's not going to be the position that this person's going to be in 5 years. Maybe we'll develop another position. And as far as training, a lot of it is going to be learning on the go, too. I mean, it's another human being. They have a different personality than me. So it's going to be a learning curve, sure, but I'm excited about it. You know, as fearful as I am, I'm also super excited about it.
Masters, we are going to get you right back to the show. Just got to say a few words about our sponsor, Vulcan 7. Listen, I said it earlier. These are the guys that I used when I was out crushing FSBOs and expireds. Last month in the business, we listed 22 properties, my friends, and it's from FSBOs, expireds, neighborhood data. And right now, you have, as a listener to Path to Mastery, access to these tools to try it out for 2 weeks for only $49. That's right, $49 to try out the full system, the CRM, the dialer, everything, the FSBOs, the expireds, for $49. All you need to do is go to vulcan7.com/path to mastery and register. Again, 2 weeks, $49, vulcan7.com/path to mastery. I would not endorse these guys if I did not know 100% that their system is legit. Give them a try. Another quick thing I want to talk about is davidsfreebook.com. Guys, get yourself a free copy of whatever book you choose. Right now, if you're into leadership, I'm listening to Jocko Willink's The Dichotomy of Leadership. I cannot say enough about that book. So again, you get yourself a free copy at davidsfreebook.com. And finally, if you would please follow me on Facebook. It would mean the absolute world, my friends. Just go to facebook.com/path to mastery. It's that simple. Okay, again, check out Vulcan 7. Do not miss out on this opportunity to get the full suite for only $49. Go right now. Sign up. vulcan7.com/path to mastery. Are you going to use some of the tools that we have over here for like the perfect assistant and such?
Oh, yeah. And that's something I discussed with them, too, is, you know, we have so much training at our offices that, you know, I am going to expect them to go to, you know, a certain class. If it's going to be beneficial for them, beneficial for me, I want them to go to that class to learn. And education is never going to stop. If we could afford it, I'll take them to the next Gary Vee event. You know what I mean? I want them to never stop learning because it's going to ultimately help all of us, you know, whether it's going to be 5 agents that I hire, buyer's agent, listing agent, whatever it is. I want them to be, you know, the foundation.
I'll share a piece of advice with you. I'll tell you the best $99. Well, actually, it might be $199 a month, but it's been a year since I put my first assistant in it. But was that KW course with Monica Reynolds called The Perfect Assistant? Like literally, they train your assistant on KW models and systems and have them build out a whole blueprint. I mean, it's amazing. It's the best and most cost-effective training you can get. And here's the other challenge, Kamil. You're really, really good at doing things your way in selling real estate, but that may not be the best way to teach your assistant to do it, right? Does that make sense?
No, it does. Yeah, exactly. And the paperwork is a whole different ballgame. So I definitely agree with you that it might not be the same training that you would train, you know, a salesperson.
I would tell you 100% that should be your first step. Once you hire this person, depending on when it starts, get them into that program. You know, that it will be the best $100 or $199 a month you spend for 6 months. So trust me on that, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Without question. All right. So you hire this person now. They're in the role. They're your assistant. Like, what's next for you guys?
I'm also working on a buyer's agent. I think buyer's agent may be showing assistant. I'm not sure yet. And it's just something that I am going to need help with too, because I just can't be, you know, at two different places at the same time. I am getting a lot of buyers now that have the same schedule where they're working 9 to 5, they're working 9 to 6, and they want to see properties after work. So, and that's what I'm struggling with now is just I'm literally not able to be there, you know, at that time for these clients. So I'm spreading myself out as much as I can, but I do need that leverage. I need a showing assistant or a buyer's agent. What's
the difference between a showing assistant and a buyer's agent?
You know, a buyer's agent is strictly commission. You know, you split with them when they sell something versus a showing assistant is you pay them. It depends how you structure it. You know, every team structures it differently. You could pay them per showing. You could pay them, you know, 10% of the deal if they show that property. So it could vary.
Yeah, I mean, the ROI for you as a team owner is typically a lot higher on a showing assistant, right?
Right.
And the cool thing now is you can hire somebody and then they can earn their way into being, you know, a buyer's agent and then eventually a lead buyer's agent and ultimately running your buyer department at some point, right?
Right. They would grow into that role, of course.
Yeah. And I know, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Redfin, but Redfin, you know, years ago, they are the ones who kind of started for the most part, they were hiring college kids and paying them whatever, 10, 20 bucks, 15 bucks an hour on Saturdays to go out and show homes. The kid would show 6 or 7 homes. They'd go back, write an offer. These guys paid $100 and they get to keep the rest of the transaction. I was like, wow, that's friggin' brilliant.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
And then if you find a rock star, then obviously you create more opportunity for them.
Right. I definitely agree. Yeah. So that's something I'm exploring, you know, which way I'm going to go. I'm still kind of going through that right now. And hopefully by the time this person comes around, I'll be able to make a decision which way we're going to proceed.
All right. Awesome. Well, obviously, if whatever I can do to help you with that, you let me know. What's your biggest challenge right now, man?
Biggest challenge right now is just time, honestly. There's not enough hours in the day, especially for showings. All these buyers, you know how it is with the younger generation. They want to see something. They want to see it now. Even that, and then I have Zillow that I'm paying for. You know, I have leads that are coming in, and sometimes I can't handle them, so I have to refer them out. So I'm definitely ready for help because I don't want to give that business away. I want to keep that business. So for me right now, it's just time and leverage. Those are my two challenges that I'm going through.
I'm just curious to get your opinion on, you know, the industry itself. Obviously, there's a lot of changes. You mentioned Zillow. Whether you love Zillow or not, I know a lot of people still use Zillow and it does work. But there are some changes coming. What are your feelings on some of those changes, and what are you doing to kind of insulate your business against for lack of better words, the Zillows that are coming? Because ultimately, Zillow, I don't know if you may know this or may not, but at some point, Zillow is going to probably not want to give the buyer back to you anymore. They're going to charge you a ton of money more than they're charging now.
Of course. And it's not just Zillow. You know, there's so many different startups. There's so many different companies that are looking to disrupt our industry. So this is what we have to do. We have to bulletproof our business. And it's like what they said. I mean, the real estate, the technology hasn't affected this business. You know, Amazon took out retailers, Toys R Us, all those stores. I think real estate is next. And there's all these companies that are working to do exactly that, to take us out. You know, whether they're going to succeed, I can't tell you that. But I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I'm not going to become, you know, a victim of these big guys that are trying to disrupt our industry.
Well, it's definitely coming, my friend. And, you know, I've been having this conversation for about 1.5 years now. And, you know, we're starting to see more and more of it. And the reality is the real hard workers like yourself, the people that are really offering a high level of service, are probably going to do phenomenal, right? Their business is going to blow up. I think who's going to really get hurt are the people in the middle that are just out there making a few bucks and you know, they don't have that level of service. They don't have those loyal clients. They're reliant on like a Zillow for all their business. I mean, obviously I don't have a crystal ball, but you know, if you look at the travel industry, you're quite a bit younger than I am. But if you go back 15 years, when you needed to travel, what'd you do? You went and you sat down with a travel agent and they booked a vacation for you. Now you go to the internet, right? If you look at Uber, it's similar, is disruptions coming to our industry. It's just the way it is.
Listen, it could be not Zillow, maybe Amazon. Maybe Amazon's working something behind, that we don't even see. They're already offering cleaning services. You can go on Amazon, click on the square footage of the house, it gives you a price right away, and they can send someone to clean the house. So it's a matter of time before someone succeeds. They're trying eventually someone's going to be successful, and more than ever, for us, we have to show value. We have to show them why. We have to show the clients why we're worth it, why we're worth the commission. And it's a personal touch. It's showing them that you're the expert, the market expert. It's just showing value more than ever.
And how do you do that? Because you're starting to see more commercials on, discount this, 1% listings. These guys are finding our, they're promoting themselves to our clients. So how do we show that value, or how do we combat this?
That's on an individual basis, but you have to explain to these people that are looking at the discount brokerages is why they cost that much and why we cost that much, and show them the difference and show them the value. So that's another thing that I'm working on right now, is actually, coming up with my own marketing plan, coming up with surveys, just how to better service the customer. You know what I mean? Ask them throughout the transaction how we're doing to make sure that they're satisfied. So connecting with people more than ever now versus back in the day, you could just get away with it. You could just show up at the house, write an offer, and then just maybe show up at the closing, or not even show up at the closing. Now you have to be more in tune, more in touch, and show the people that you really care.
Yeah, I feel like you nailed it, man. I think that's it. That's the key right there. And if people feel like you really care about them and their top priority, yeah, they're going to stick with you.
It's a personal touch.
Yep, I agree. I think it's a lot. It's doing a lot more engagement with our clients and having them on, value-based marketing campaigns and having client appreciation events and doing parties and all kinds of stuff. You're seeing a lot of the fundamental stuff that we kind of got away from coming back throughout our industry. So what would you say? Is there anything I didn't ask you, man, that I probably should have asked you?
I think we covered everything, I work a lot, I hustle a lot, and I never stop learning. That's key for me is there's so much new stuff coming out there too. I try to go to different events, whether it's family reunion, whether it's Gary V event or something local. So that's, I think, is important too, is make sure that agents are staying on top of the technology that's coming out, the stuff that's coming out there. So, we can better service our client in the end.
Did you listen to my episode 103 on how I got Gary V on my podcast? I
did. Actually, I heard it last week, and it was persistence of, from emailing his assistant to, shooting him Instagram messages, and you finally got him on. So yeah,
it was everything. Well, the reason I ask you that is because it was the emails, it was the messages, it was calling his assistant, it was showing up at 2 of his events, it was Instagram, Facebook. So it was a combination of all that stuff together. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I feel like that's the same strategy we need to use now with our clients in order to keep our clients engaged.
I agree. Yeah, it's more than the 33 touch, 36 touch. It's just, reaching out to them every couple of days, or even if you're going after an expired, you got to come from different angles, whether it's a door knock, if you're just going to send a postcard and hope that they call you. By the time the postcard gets there, they had like 30, 40 agents that reached out to them. So it's about persistence, it's the timing, and just being consistent too.
It's funny you say that, because in the end, we were doing a lot more door knocking expireds because so many more people were calling. So we just say, you know what, just grab a packet and head on over, and that was getting us in front of people.
Yep, and it's that personal connection, it's that face-to-face interaction.
All right, my friend. Well, listen, I feel like we've been all over the place today, but it was definitely fun, doing this with you and getting to know a little bit more about your business. How do our listeners, got a great listenership, for people that want to get in touch with you for referrals? You cover Hartford, Connecticut, right? West Hartford. How do I get in touch with you?
Yeah, Connecticut. I just recently got my license in Massachusetts. That's something that's in the works too, expanding up there. But you can get in touch with me by email, Holmes by Kamil, that's Kamil @kw.com. My cell, 860-402-8517. And then I'm on Instagram as CTRLTR, so CT Realtor is short.
All right. Love it, my friend. And like I said, I'm looking forward to listening to this after and putting the pieces together. But what would you say is the one thing that, you really want everybody to take from listening to this episode today?
I would say just constantly evolve. This business is evolving and you have to stay on top of it. So make sure that you're plugged in. Make sure you know what's going on and that you're on top of it, if not ahead of it.
Thank you, my friend. True professional.
All right. Thank you very much.
Masters, if you know me, you know health and nutrition is number one, and that's why I'm an advisor for Advocare products. Listen, in my opinion, these are the best products on the planet, guys. You get what you're supposed to get, right? I use the products for health. I use the products for energy. I use the products for wellness. So we have all the different lines from Spark, starting your day with a great energy shot, all the way to pre-workout. It's whatever your goals are, right? It's whatever your goals are. You can check out the products at www.livelongersmarter.com. That's my website. Or reach out to me, and I'd love to have a 30-minute or, anywhere from 15 to 30-minute conversation with you, just talking about your health and nutrition goals and what I can do to help you achieve those goals. So again, products, energy line, wellness line, whether it's joints, you're getting up there in the age, you just want to take care of yourself. I'll tell you, one of the greatest compliments I get is people, you say, wow, you look amazing. I cannot believe you are the age you are. Weight loss. I've helped lots of people, guys, lose weight, not just lose it, but keep it off with the products. And the cool thing is, I'd say 75% of the people who start with our products, they continue using our products even after they initially tried them, which has been amazing. And strength, if you're into bodybuilding, then hey, Rich Fronin, okay? I don't know if you know who Rich Fronin is. He's an advocate for Advocare as well. So amazing products. You can see us. We're featured on NASCAR, professional soccer, college basketball, college football, Men's Health magazine last month. These are the real deal, guys. LiveLongerSmarter.com is the website, or reach out to me if you want to have a personal conversation with me. Just send me an email in the subject line. Just put Advocare products, and I'd love, like I said, schedule a 15 to 30-minute call with you to talk about your health and nutrition goals. Guys, you rock. Live longer, smarter. And as Gary Keller eloquently said, if you don't take care of your body, where are you gonna live? You rock.
You are listening to One More Sale with your host, David I. Hill, author of the Sales Playbook. Get your copy at www.thesalesplaybook.net.